the CyanSea Cup Corporation Clash Contest. Yeah, that title is a wee bit of a mouthful. In today's Ramble video, we're going to be talking about the CyanSea Cup, blah blah blah, that NetEase have been hosting for what feels like a few weeks now. So for those of you that are not aware, the CyanSea Cup is exactly what it sounds like. It's a little tournament at the corporation level between players that have CyanSeas. So corporations that have multiple players that own a CyanSea will have signed up to the CyanSea Cup to take part in this little tournament. And of course, I believe, let's just do a quick count. Yes, there are, at the beginning of this, 16 participating corporations in this cup. So what exactly is this Ramble going to be about then? Because I've just told you what this cup is all about. Well, it's not exactly accessible, is it? And I'm not just talking from the point of view of not everybody can take part in it because not everybody can afford a CyanSea, because that bit goes without saying, of course. We already know going into this that this is a whale cup and it's an opportunity to show off. But that's the whole point of this video. There's no showing off. If you go on YouTube, which you're already on, so this shouldn't be too difficult, but please wait until the end of the video. I don't want you to leave this video way too early. I'll provide a link in the description below, and if I can ever figure it out, I'll put it up on the screen somewhere. If you go and have a look at Space Engineers and just type in like tournament battles, I believe the one I'm thinking of is the Weapon Core tournaments. What happens there is the developers of this particular Weapon Core mod will host a tournament, and throughout the tournament they'll have their own commentators inside of the tournament itself with their own camera that they can move around and manipulate. And what they'll do is they'll comment all the way through, you know, like a proper commentary that you'd get at a typical like sporting event, you know, like F1 Formula Racing or the football, rugby, whatever it be. You know, you've got your typical commentators, if I'm even pronouncing that right, and they hype it all up. They hype it all up and broadcast it for everybody to see. It's broadcasted live and then saved permanently on YouTube for people to come back and watch. Now, if NetEase did this, it would act on its own as an advert to bring people in, because it would be saying to people looking from the outside who haven't played the game before, look at these amazing fights, look at these amazing ships, look at these tactics and how they're working together and being creative, and you could do that too. And it gets people more involved, because like using Space Engineers as an example, there was like a 5-year gap between me getting Space Engineers and playing on it and then me actually giving it a proper go years later. And what encouraged me to return to the game ever so briefly to have a play around with it was these Weapon Core tournament videos that had been hosted live and then saved permanently on YouTube, with all of the hyping up and showing off and saying, this is what you can build and this is what you can achieve and this is what craziness can happen if you work together as a team with a bizarre plan. So what would I like to see as an improvement to the Corporation Class Contest? CyanSea Cup at the beginning of that. Such a mouthful, I don't even know where to start with that title. But what we need to see with these cups going forwards, because I don't mind it being a whale cup, because at the end of the day not everybody's going to be able to participate in any cup. There's always going to be some barrier to entry. But to make us feel more included, it would be nice if NetEase hosted them live and did exactly what I was just talking about. Now, I understand that they might not have many English speakers over there, especially ones that could bring up the hype, as it were. But you don't need to. We have our own content creators. I'm not talking about myself personally, because at this point in time I'm not an official content creator, just in case you guys were wondering. But I'm talking about, say, the guys on the Echoes of New Eden podcast. They would be, you know, a great group to bring in and have spectate on these events as they're taking part live. And then, of course, have them saved permanently on the Eve Echoes official channel. That would act as an advert to the game, and of course we'd all be able to pour onto YouTube live as it's all happening and comment in the live chat and speculate, and maybe a couple of friends will gamble ISK on the side over who's going to win, and you know, just all of the stuff that comes with it. It'd just be interesting to see. But of course we're not going to get that at the moment. These are all closed events. We don't see the fight as it's happening. As I understand it, we don't get the recordings of the fights as they're happening. All we know about footage of the fights, outside of individuals that are actually familiar enough with recording software to remember to record it before the fight, you know, that are actually taking part in it, outside of these individuals recording the fight, the only footage we're going to get, according to what we've heard from other content creators, is snippets, like a montage once it's all over, like a best of montage or something from the developers. And it's not really showing it off, is it? It's not. Yeah, and another bit that makes us feel even less included as an audience of the sport, as it were, is who wins. And that's not like a hypothetical question where I ask, is it worth playing the game or like that? No, it's as simple as who won the game. When the game is over, when the match is over, sorry, there's no like announcement that says congratulations to this corporation, they managed to beat this other corporation by 20-13, or this match was neck and neck 19-18 or whatever. There's none of that. We only know who won their match outside of people stating it on Discord. We only know officially when NetEase puts up the next announcement saying this group is fighting this group. And then we go, okay, so those two groups are the ones that won their respective matches days earlier. It's not very well communicated. So yeah, that's it really for my ramble for this particular video. So yeah, just to round up in just a few words for those of you that are still stuck around. Yeah, what we want is some kind of live streamed event, bring in the content creators to hype it all up, have it live streamed, and then save it on the Eve Echoes YouTube channel, so that it can act as a form of an advertisement for the game, because we all know that the game needs advertisements. And then, just to round it all off, actually throw up the announcements saying this corporation won their match. I mean, it wouldn't be a massive job for NetEase to implement, apart from maybe the camera manipulation part for the spectators. It might even be that the spectators don't get any camera manipulation whatsoever, and they're forced to just watch with a bird's eye view. But even that might be something, you know? But anyway, I just thought I'd put that ramble out there for this week. Thanks again for watching. If you've stuck around this long, feel free to like, comment or subscribe. If you've got any more comments about what exactly could be used to improve the cup as it is right now, feel free to leave them. I will leave a link in the description below at the very least, if not in the video itself, with one of these Space Engineers tournament fights, you know, one of the cool ones. I'll pick something with more iconic ships like Warhammer ones or Stargate or something, you know, just to get the feeling for it. But anyway, that's enough rambling for today. Thanks again for listening, and see you guys in the next video.